Hi everyone, Australia Love here, and I'm wishing you all a beautiful Sunday. I wanted to do another live stream to be able to answer some questions for you guys. I know that there is, some people that can't necessarily afford sessions with me, so I like to offer streams for all of you to be able to answer a couple of your questions and give you guys some more information. So I did get a couple of questions that had come through yesterday, but also I do have the live chat up. So if you want to send your question in, just make sure like one question per person and to send it in with your name. At least I know, so I know how to address you. Okay. So I guess we'll just get started then. And the first question was from Teresa Nichols. You wanted to know about the twin flame attunements. What is a twin flame attunement? Okay, so when I have done the twin flame attunements before, basically when I do twin flame attunements, I do them for people that are kind of they're looking for a good match. And then my relationship readings are for people who are already in a relationship and are wanting to know compatibility, past lives with that person, and just information on a relationship they're already in. So that's kind of the difference between the two. What I love about the twin flame sessions that I do is that, I look at whoever my client is and then start clearing things in their life now and things that are affecting them in, you know, in their love life and attracting somebody that's compatible and good for them. And I'll look into soul contracts also to see who's already made contracts to come in, and I'll look at the compatibility there. And so I'm able to, you know, each session that I do is different because each person is different and the circumstances are different. However, the ones I have done before, I have been able to, describe the people that I'm seeing, and yeah, and these people have actually come in. So the good thing about how I have evolved now is that I can work on the individual, not so much just like figuring out what you want and need and then trying to draw that in for you, but actually changing the things within you so that when you do get Mr. or Mrs. Right, when you do have somebody that's compatible that comes in, that you have the ability to sustain a healthy and positive relationship with them. So, and that brings me to compatibility with yourself. Compatible with you, with your life on a personal level, then, going into relationship with anyone else, if you can't have a good relationship with yourself, then you can't have a good relationship in any area of your life. So everything does always come back to self. And I've noticed when I look at couples that when I raise the compatibility with each individual person on their own, and then I look at the compatibility with them together, almost every single time it goes up. So when people are happy as individuals, then when they come together, they can be happy. And so remembering that we're all responsible for our own happiness, and it's no one else's job to make us happy. That has to be something that we can do for ourselves. So food for thought. Okay. So I did get quite a few questions on, actually got 5 questions that came through yesterday's session on the people that were feeling blocked in their life. And so when I looked at this individually, I was shown kind of everybody together that the blocks, it wasn't just a block, and like some people were asking about jobs, some people were asking about relationships. There wasn't just a block with one person in one area. When I saw the block that they were talking about, I saw blocks in all areas. And then I go, okay. So I expand just my vision out a little bit more, and I saw that all 5 of those people had heart walls with themselves. When we have a heart wall, so our logical brain will put up a wall around our heart when we go through something traumatic. And we can be consciously aware that this is happening, or we can not really know that it's just kind of like a self-defense mechanism. However, when we do this, we're putting up a wall of energy around us, and our logical mind goes, okay, well, that's going to keep us safe. But instead, it actually keeps the positive from leaving, as well as the positive from coming in, and it keeps whatever trauma or emotional pain that you have just gone through, and maybe you haven't finished releasing that or whatever, it locked inside of you. So you can't really, if you can't release the emotional, especially on the energetic level, you can't release the emotional pain from your heart. It doesn't matter, with a wall up, move forward on any subject if you can't release the energy attached to that and let go. And it keeps it very, very difficult to be able to well up. So when you have heart walls with yourself, means that you have gone through something or experienced something where you have, I saw that there were vows, like negative self vows, like I vow to never speak one ever again, or I vow to never, get close to anyone again. All 5 people had a vow like that. And so you can see how when we have issues with ourselves, and these are vows that could have been made past lives, but I actually did see that the vow was made by each one of those, all 5 people in this life. And so when we make a promise to us, God, and we break that promise, it stays with us energetically. If we don't clear what we've already set into motion, it's going to continue to block us on a subconscious and in this life on a conscious level as well. So that kind of explains how when we have issues with ourselves, we will put up a heart wall, and then low compatibility stuff will be the only thing that can get past that energetic wall. And that's kind of what I was seeing. The second thing, besides the vows that I saw, was overactive mind and fear. Like what I was seeing was that in the subconscious, each one of those people had more than one aspect of themselves continually talking all the time. Now, the ego mind is only supposed to function at about 10%, of doing the talking and the communicating. Okay. However, I think Buddha calls it like the monkey mind, taming the monkey mind. However, over time, the ego mind has started talking at about 75%. And when this happens, if you have more than one there, and your shadow self back there, which is the hurt part of you, you can, in your conscious mind, you can be like consciously here, but have negative prompting coming through, which what I was saying with this was all fear-based. It was all fear-based thoughts that were coming through. And what fear does to us is it keeps us from moving in any direction. In all truth, there is no right or wrong, but we still need to make choices. And so we'll feel blocked if we feel the inability to make a choice either way. Okay, so those heart walls have been removed, and what Spirit had done was taken the different aspects of that person and put them together, and did some healing on that as well. So now that the heart walls are down with yourself, Spirit will bring to you your true heart's wants and desires. But if you don't feel that you're worth what you really want, you will never have it. And so, we're all worthy of being financially abundant. We are all worthy of having loving relationships. We're all worthy of being true to ourselves, being who we are, and a God-aware beings. Okay, we're all worthy of anything that we can really think and dream of, and the infinite possibilities. And that's one of the most amazing things about this planet, is that we can have those infinite possibilities. If you dream it, you can create it. So, literally create it. So there were some self-worth issues going on, about wanting things and then feeling bad for wanting them, feeling guilty for wanting, well, I don't deserve that, but I really want that. That's definitely a lie that we tell ourselves at times. I don't deserve this. I'm not good enough for this. We can be our biggest critics, our biggest enemies, and the only thing blocking us is us. And that's exactly what I saw with all 5 of those people. So now that the blocks that I had just spoken of have been removed, working on loving yourself and going through your belief systems, on what you believe you deserve, what you believe you want in your life, and what you are believing about your capabilities of bringing in positive. So the next step would definitely be going through your belief system and seeing which beliefs are serving you and which ones are not, which ones are fearful beliefs, and doing something about it, and then watching your reality shift. Okay, so the next question, someone had asked about the shift, and so I just wanted to take 1 second to answer this question, but not answer this question, because really I have no idea. I don't think any psychic knows exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, what the symptoms are, what the signs are. I have no idea. That's one thing that I'm not able to see. However, I do feel like everyone should just continue to focus on loving themselves and working on themselves, and really taking the time now to integrate their higher selves, work with source, work with I God, you God, me God, we God, okay? Work with source and get some type of system down, for dealing with your day-to-day life. And so I make lots of YouTube videos on how to do this. I do know that a lot of psychics predict the shift and everything like that. So the ones that I have seen, it has not happened yet. So I will not be doing that tonight, or possibly ever, because from what I'm told, it's really not in my best interest to know when it's going to happen or everything about it. And I am absolutely okay with that. But I did get the message to continue to love myself and be in the present moment, and know that that the present moment is the most important moment that we have, and it's the most powerful for right now. Okay. Now I did get another question that came through about what happens before we incarnate, how they wanted to know kind of past lifetimes for them. And her name was Carrie. She has had dreams, Carrie, I don't know if you're watching this, but she had dreams about the angelic realm. And so I kind of just wanted to talk about angels and the angelic realm. Okay, so the archangels, like Archangel Michael, I think he's probably the most popular, but the positions and jobs of the archangels in whatever we want to call heaven, the angelic realm, whatever that dimension is, they are positions and they're jobs. And so they use a certain skill set to help humanity, to help other galactic places, not just Earth. They're not just helping mankind, okay? But they are helping basically the universe as a whole, from my understanding. So, and abilities, and then they hold a position like a senator would have here, and so it would be for a time, and then they would train someone under them, and then that person would take over. Okay, so that's archangels. Now, in response to Carrie's question, she was wondering if she had a friend that had passed, and she was wondering if her friend was now her guardian angel because she keeps dreaming about her in the angelic realm. This is kind of what I saw. I did see that her friend, which is a female, she didn't say, but I saw, kind of the dreams that she was having. And from what I had interpreted and what I saw, it was her friend telling her that like kind of one last goodbye because she was getting ready to incarnate again, and I was shown the Pleiades, not in the third dimension, but I was shown on a higher dimension in the Pleiades where she was getting ready to go. And so I didn't see her as a guardian angel. When I do see people that choose to go into the role of being a guardian angel, which is a little bit different than a spirit guide. Guardian angels operate for about 4,000 years, which is a very big commitment. And so I don't see that very often. But I do see people's loved ones turning into their spirit guide after they pass. And so they'll kind of hang around and become a spirit guide. So that's really, really, really beautiful as well. I have seen too, like miscarriages. Sometimes when people miscarry a child, that soul will end up being born to like that person's sister, or the person will end up having that child a few years later. And so I do get to see some really, really just beautiful things like that. And almost every time when this happens, miscarriage or one of the baby can have the baby, whatever happened, they know. They could like totally feel that energy of, oh, it's my sister. My sister just had a baby, but gosh, like I totally was that the baby that I miscarried a lot of the time, and they're being subconsciously prompted to ask me so I can look and then to have some type of conclusion with that. So, the questions that I had come through, and I'm not seeing anything on the chat right now, so I think I still have to figure that out. But I will be doing more of these live sessions, and Astrea Love on Facebook. Add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please subscribe to my channel. And let me know how I have done answering your questions tonight. I did want to send through a light language transmission for the people that are watching right now. Okay. So what's going to come through for this transmission is actually going to have to do with the heart chakra. And it is going to do with releasing stored energy in the emotional body. Yeah, and so I don't really know exactly why that's coming through, but what it's going to do is, from what I'm being shown, is it's going to align your emotional body and the back of the heart chakra together. And if you're holding on to anything energetically in your heart, like emotion wise, it's going to start releasing that energy. But Spirit does want all of you to make the intention in your mind to let go of the energy. Everything starts with intention. So to let go of the energy. So this is going to be for emotional healing and releasing stuff that it could be old stuff that's stored in the soul body. It could be new stuff. It could be something that you don't want to look at that is starting to resurface again for you. So we're going to start by bringing our awareness to our heart. I'm being shown to place one hand on the higher heart and then one hand over your heart chakra. Make that connection with yourself. And I want you to, in your mind, repeat after me. I invite my higher self forward into my consciousness now. I invite my higher self forward into my consciousness now. I invite my higher self forward into my consciousness now. Okay. Now make the intention in your mind to release anything that you're holding on to emotionally, even mentally, anything that you're holding on to. It could be, just make the intention to let go, and Spirit's going to work with us now. Okay. Antu ansalahe anhi sanam mahanapmata padme padme manhatma kwandash sena untu kadesh naku ale antura inkashnai ampalahum yatura ankatana alahu. I want you to imagine your heart chakra flowing a beautiful pink light and opening, expanding wider and wider and wider. And as this expands, if there's anything you're holding on to right now, Spirit's going to be working with the violet flame in your heart chakra to help release that stuck and stored energy. Unsura unnatashnaha ansalahala innakehulatush. Ansu antulakurananatash ansalahe halahainatu. Manhatma, Manhatma, Manhatma. Okay. Well, you, as you're connected now with Source, with you, if there's anything that you've been going through lately that has been difficult, you can make the intention to let go of it and release it now. And we can make, if you can't think of anything or you've been feeling really strange and you don't exactly know why, you can give up the control and allow Source to kind of work through you. And for those of you that are feeling that it's very difficult to let go, and you're trying to understand, because this is what I was just done, is like, the people that are watching are like, well, how do I this was a very good live stream, and I'm glad that I was able to connect with tonight. So, day to all of you. I did it for, I think I did the, oh, it says stopping.